What's up, Addicts? I'm Josh,
I'm Michael.
and today we're talking about slime. Sorry, for a minute there, I thought we were doing Goblin Slayer. No, it's Slime episode 4, I believe.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just gonna let Michael talk a little bit about it, give a brief recap.
Yeah, so this episode, we kind of got a teaser in the previous episode that he's going to the Dwarf Kingdom, so he gets to go there. He gets in a situation where he has to use Mimic to basically take care of some bandits. And you actually get the sage and once he does this and he uses an intimidation skill, you actually get the sage to tell him like the results of like the people around him. It's pretty great there. And then because of that, he gets imprisoned for a while. The dwarfs need some
Imprisoned.
Yeah, imprisoned. The dwarfs need some healing potions, so he obliges them.
He's a bro.
Because of that, he gets to go to one of the best blacksmiths in the town, and he's asking him for swords. He gives him the material necessary to make a bunch of swords.
Like the best swords ever.
Yeah, the best swords ever, and then he copies it 20 times almost instantaneously, so that he...
And they're like, you're a god.
Yes. And then you have a bar scene where he goes to a bar and chills for a little bit, and that's basically the episode. We also have Gobda, the only goblin who's not a hob. I mean,
he is, but
he
not,
didn't change.
Yeah.
So we get to...
Or maybe he's just a late bloomer.
Yeah, we'll see if he has some secret hidden powers. But yeah, we get to see him close his eyes and cover his ears while Rimuru is attacking these bandits.
Because he breaks his own rules.
Yeah, because he breaks his own rules to harming humans. And in addition, we also get to see him sleeping a lot. So he's still in the cell. I don't know when we're going to get back to him, but he's chilling.
At the very end, he's just messing with some pointy bits.
Yeah, exactly.
Every time.
I know that was going to happen.
All right.
What was your favorite moments in this episode?
This episode was pretty good overall. I think this one felt a little bit slow again, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's kind of like...
we're coming from like last episode, which was all action.
Yeah, so like the last episode I still think stands as like the best episode so far, probably, or one of the higher ups that we've seen. But in this episode, I think particularly I like just... like you were saying, when he gets like the status report of his damage that he causes, and then figuring, oh, like this is like one of the lowest skills I have, but it like did its job like immensely over the peak of what was needed. So that was pretty priceless. And I also, it's like one of those things where it's not like a substance thing in the episode, but I really like just like his... out of this entire journey that he's having, he's got like one goal in mind, to get some blacksmiths or like people to create like clothes and like build houses and stuff for the goblins or the hobgoblins. But as soon as somebody mentions the word elf,
side quest.
Yeah, he's just like, nope, that's all I can think about. And then I love how he plays it off at the end. So yeah, I would say those are probably the highlights for me.
Yeah, I really liked you get to use more of his mimic skill. And we don't know how powerful it is, but the wolf was huge, and it had like I think 2 horns instead of 1. I don't remember if it had 1 or 2 horns, but it was like a huge wolf. So we got to see like one of his most powerful, at least, mimics that he has. I really liked the interactions with Gobda. One of the things that I've liked in the series so far is the animation, both of the slime, Rimuru, and some of the goblins when they're riding on their on the backs of the wolves. So this episode has a lot of that kind of, I guess it would be like physical comedy in some sense, which is great. I do like the side quest, especially because the scene with the elves is in the intro, even though it doesn't really have any part in the plot at all. It's just like a random scene, which is funny. The dwarves are pretty cool. Yeah, we get to see him heal them with the potions that he presented earlier, and then they get to come back and be a part of the like blacksmithing family, so he's got some connections there. We'll see how that goes.
I know you like the little thing he does in the cell.
Yes.
The other.
Yes. To Gobta, where he traps him in spider webs because he's not waking up. Yeah, so we get to see all those scenes. It actually kind of ends on, I wouldn't say a cliffhanger, but we don't know what's going to happen because we see someone about to enter the bar. Yeah. And we'll have to see when we get back.
I don't know if they'll play a part later on, but they do know that they've been having some trouble in the mines, and they like couldn't find the ore that they were needing. So I mean, there's really no point for him to interact with that because he already got what he's needing, and the people already, um, you know, said that they were going to help him. But kind of makes me think if that's going to come back, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
Where he does some work, or
like we know that his potions are like really good, and also like his ability to make 20 weapons. So I feel like that's going to affect. It's going to have some other effects on like the leaders of the towns and stuff. So anything else? What was your kind of your overall feel for this episode? Even though you said it was a little slow.
yeah, well, I mean, the events that they or the points that they touch go by really fast. It's just that it feels a little bit slower because you don't get as many. I don't know. Maybe slow is the wrong term to use. It just seems like it's one of those like, oh, this is an episode that is more of a filler episode than it is actually setting up stuff. Because I mean, we get the sneak peek, but it wasn't really. It's just kind of like in there. It's not really set up at all in this episode.
Yeah, I mean, I would say
that's where I get it.
And I mean, yeah, I kind of agree with that in some ways. And you do have to keep in mind that this is 26 episodes instead of 12 or 13. So we're gonna have some slower episodes in there. But from just reading some of the content that's out there, there is a lot of stuff that's like 2 pages in the book, and it's like, wow, that's really cool. I want to learn more about it that we don't get to see. So
yeah, like I said, I mean, it doesn't hinder like my enjoyment of the episode at all. It's just kind of like, oh, we don't get to see him doing much, and it's like, oh, okay,
he's sliming around,
he's slamming into his DMs.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I like the comedy in this episode. There really wasn't much action besides the very beginning. You get to see the adventurers try to kill him, and he's just like, that's it.
Now the interesting thing is I guess they weren't. Because there's like a group that is initially attacking him, and then we see a group of adventurers behind them. They joined.
Yeah, I think they're like the same party.
I didn't, because like at first glance I thought those were like the same ones you saw like when he left the cave, and I'm like, nope.
I'm sure they'll be back
if they get out of there alive.
Yeah. It's interesting. This one's kind of like the world's opened up a lot because he's named like all the wolves and all the goblins. But I do like that they've had like 2 or 3 goblins that are like really important. They've like had unique personality. Of Gobda, you have the chief, old man chief, who's now buff.
It's like there's a lot of characters that they've introduced so far, like you were saying, and it's interesting that I mean I don't remember all their names yet because I mean it's only been 4 episodes and we've only seen them for maybe like 2, but they leave a strong enough impression where you're like, yeah, I know that guy. He's pretty great.
Yeah. So
I think that concludes this. We can't really say much because like, I mean, you could probably gather there was only like 3 points that happened in this episode, but we'll be back for the next one, and
maybe sooner in the week. Yeah.
No.
Hopefully. Spook Week this upcoming week, so check that out.
Yeah, we got some. I mean, we're gonna try to keep it horror. I mean, we got just sneak peek. We got some Screen TV review. It's kind of like a mini discussion interview type thing. We got a review for Halloween, the new one that just came out. Not the day. We're not reviewing the holiday. I just want to clarify in case there's something out there.
Yeah.
And then we have a discussion about Venom too.
Yeah. So that's coming up on the channel. All the links in the description, podcast, everything else. Later, Addicts.
Later.